right?
Yeah.
Constant pulsing. So it's ground side switched. It should be making noise right now. It's not.
What was that?
Your buzzer.
Oh. It's working. Get close.
Did it just start clicking?
Yeah. We fixed one.
'96 Jeep from afar.
Here,
Just playing with the Auro.
Let's do the cooling fan again.
Yeah. Me and Tommy Wolfe of Positive Lead Diagnostics.
We're here, man. We're doing late night diagnosis for
No
no reason.
I don't think it was diagnosis we were going for. But we were playing.
Late night fun. Or the engine is not running.
What are we doing? Turning the fan on?
Turn the fan on
Okay.
again. Start it.
Don't hit stop actuator. Go back and do what we did before. How did we do that?
I have to hit stop, but it won't stop it.
So you stop actuator, and as you can see, it's still going.
So I'll go escape,
Yeah.
and then test stopped.
Test stop, and you have to activate.
Yep.
Good. Start actuator to stop the test.
And the cooling fan's off.
And if you
now.
hit start again, it doesn't do anything. But that's weird. That shouldn't be like that. But just kind of funny. Something else on this tool. This 96 is a completely stripped down model. They are manual doors. Got hit body. I don't even think there is a BCM in this. And then doors. So unlike the Snap-on unit that only gives you what really the car has, or not all the time, it can be just limited by the tool too, but this one will pretty much give you stuff that doesn't exist. Something to be careful of. Oh, and we have a code. Show me that code. Pretty sure that this fuel tank level sensor float does not go to the engine computer. I could be wrong. It's a 96. I don't think it does. I think it just controls the gauge. So I think that might be a false code, because the fuel gauge works perfectly too. And I don't think that goes to the engine computer. We'll have to look it up.
Under the control units.
So this is under what?
This is just
Infocom and entertainment. Is that what you picked?
Yeah.
And none of that's even in here. Auxiliary hybrid control processor, right? Good example of a tool that's going to give you
This 96 display screen module.
Yeah, right.
Nothing. At least it knew that one quicker.
Yeah.
So,
All right, I guess to be fair with this tool, you got a Jeep. It's old school. Today, Junior.
I know.
Some of that's the car too. You know, and we're 25 feet away from it. Oh man. Yeah, scroll up. Yeah, up to 2003. So it's not like we put the exact model year in, and that might actually be why we have a fault code for that fuel tank level, because I don't think the 96 has that. So
Yeah, I would just think it wouldn't work.
yeah, just be forewarned. I think it's kind of cool. It's doing a full system scan on a 96. PCM, TCM is the same unit on this Jeep, I think. It might be separate. And then it's scanning for other modules, so that's kind of cool, but this is taking forever. It literally is scanning for, scores of modules that do not exist. So you could use that and say, well, that'll tell me what's on the vehicle, but You know, are you willing to wait that long is the question.
Dad.
What, sweetie? You know, as we're sitting here talking, one feature we really like gives me battery voltage all the time. I like that. I think that's important to know that information as we're sitting here with this old Jeep that I've never put a battery in with the key on.
Ever.
Here, while we're here, we're being a little festive this year. Yep.
Dude, check out my sweet Ty Nesta hat.
Nice. Did you get a deer?
Doe. No bucks.
No bucks.
No bucks this year. It's too bad.
And cameraman Caleb joins us. We're playing with your Jeep on the Auro. So how long would you say that? How long would you say that took, Tommy, to do the auto scan?
Say at least
5 minutes?
5 minutes.
And that's cool. Gives you all 3 modules on it.
5 minutes for 3 modules.
Yeah. Well, it scanned like 50 other ones that didn't exist.
Yeah.
Where's it at? You have it?
Right here.
Oh, cool. Purge solenoid. So Caleb's got a starting issue on this, and one of the causes of his symptoms would be a stuck open purge valve. So we're going to check for that real quick. Caleb, take over being cameraman here so I can...
You're paying me now.
He's the talent.
You don't have talent.
Alright, so this one goes down to your tank. This one goes to your intake manifold. This is a normally closed valve. So I just plugged the intake one back in, so we have vacuum coming out of here. And listen, get that camera closer. Listen. It's flowing right now. It should not be, unless the purge command is on. I don't feel this thing clicking. You gotta turn it on, Tommy.
Engine must not be running.
Ah, damn it. Go to the data pit on that. Tell me if that purge valve is being commanded on. Because this would be Caleb's cold starting issue. It could contribute anyway.
Purge duty cycle, 0%.
So, with that being 0, the command is off. Caleb, again, this is normally normally closed. There should be no flow there.
Let's see if I can hear it. Hold up. Focus. I can hear it.
Stay there, don't shut it off.
It's cold as balls out here.
Balls are warm.
I'm actually warm now that I have my kit and my hat on though.
What, May?
Balls are warm.
Yeah, in a minute.
I'm going to bed and I can't.
Okay. Go ahead, click it.
Starting actuator.
Nothing.
So what does that mean?
Broken.
What does nothing mean, Tom?
Nothing means nothing. It's broken.
It's ceased to work. It's gonna make a sick Facebook video. All right, what are you doing?
Testing circuit integrity. So that should be pulsing right now. See how it's blinking?
Mm-hmm.
because he's in an active test mode. This side should be hot then all the time. So this is a ground side switch circuit. Right?
Yep.
Constant pulsing. So it's ground side switched. It should be making noise right now. It's not. Hang on.
What was that?
Your buzzer.
Oh.
It's working. Get close.
Did it just start clicking?
Yeah. We fixed one.
So that is contributing to your startup issues. That's why in the summertime you had a hard time with the hot restarts, because you're pulling from the canister all the time, right from startup when you shouldn't be. And then your cold engine stuff that you're dealing with now is a vacuum leak. There's not enough fuel, even though you got stored vapors. There's not many because it's cold. And so this same condition that was rich when it was warm is now lean on the cold startup. Follow?
Insane.
Does that make sense?
Not really. So why is it doing that again? Shut up, Tom. It doesn't. I'm not going to point it
This
at.
canister catches and stores vapors right here.
Wait, let me get a shot.
This guy right here.
This camera. I hate filming with this.
You don't need the shot of it. It's your canister. It catches and stores fuel vapors. The computer controls the purge amount by pulsing this solenoid. Okay?
Okay.
With it being stuck open, when you first start the vehicle, you don't want to immediately turn the purge valve on. You got to let it
Yep.
stabilize. So it's pulling all the time. In the summertime, that canister is saturated with fuel.
Yep.
So you're pulling fuel into the intake. That's why it has like this flooded type condition.
Yep.
But now that it's cold, not many stored vapors in there, not as much as summertime. This is stuck open. Cold engines need more fuel, and you have a vacuum leak here.
Gotcha.
So that's what I think. You're gonna tell me tomorrow how this reacts. I'm thinking maybe, what do we do temporarily, Tommy, to plug it to see if his symptom's gone? Just put a bolt in it. Shut that off, Tommy. Wait, I gotta go to the stop tests.
Let's see it.
Done.
Wow.
Yep. I'm gonna start it. Nice. See if you get close. No more leak. No leak.
Yeah, I don't hear it.
So you had a stuck open purge regardless. Is that gonna fix your condition, Caleb? Don't know. Little bonus video with the Auro. That's kind of cool.
Good. So what are we doing again?
Well, come over here so they can see you.
I don't want to be on camera.
Come on, we'll pan over to
I don't like
Caleb.
I don't like to be on camera.
There he is, Caleb. Yeah, so we were just playing on the Auro with Caleb's Jeep. It's my Jeep. Caleb drives it, claims it as his own. And that wasn't really meant to be a full review of that scan tool. I'm just showing different aspects of it. I get a lot of questions from you guys who know I have this Auro is, hey, what do you think about it? What do you think about it? And to be honest with you, I'm not prepared to give you an answer on that yet. There's a few things that I can say. One is this tool has the ability to access a lot of different modules, more so than the other scan tools that I'm using. At least that's what I'm seeing so far. But two, there are some software issues with the tool. As you saw, this P463, I think was the code, is a false code. And so the last part of this, I want to go over the diagram with you guys and the code and show you that this was in fact a false code, and that fuel level sensor doesn't even go to the engine computer on this model. It goes right to the instrument cluster. So I'm going to show you that here coming up. And is there anything else, Caleb, we want to talk about?
I don't think so.
I felt like there was. The intent of that video, I was honestly just hanging out with my friend Tommy Wolfe of Positive Lead Diagnostics. We were drinking a beer, having a cigar, and playing with a new scan tool. So that was the gist of this video. Let's check out this diagram. All right, first thing, if you remember on the Jeep, is we didn't have the ability to enter 96. It was up to 2003.
That's right.
When we selected it on the scan tool. So when I looked up the information, the code that we had was fuel level, sending unit, volts too high, right? That's the code we had.
Mhm.
And notice for the 96 Jeep, when I looked it up, and this is courtesy of Snap-on and ShopKey, using ShopKey Pro here. Notice that for the 96 Jeep, what do we have? NA. That code is not available for the 96 Jeep, right? That was the code. That was a hard fault in memory. Remember me asking you about your fuel level, does that work or not? So that code was weird. So then I did find the code, or no, I'm sorry, I'm showing this because it goes right to, this is all the codes for this Jeep, for the 96. It goes from P0443 to P0455. And your code, I'm sorry, probably go a little bit further here. It was a 463, right? I'm pretty sure it was a 463 code. But look, it's in numerical order. So we go 443, 445. Where do we go next? 500. 463 is missing in this list.
Yeah.
So I'm looking up the actual code list on the car. It's missing. And then when I typed in, I forget where I got this one from. These are just screen images. Fuel level, sending unit, volts too high is the code we had, not available for this model Jeep. So then I wanted to know, where does the fuel pump sending unit signal go to? Is it just for the gauge? And so here's my fuel pump module. It's in the tank. And you can see that it goes, a fuel level signal goes where? It goes to the instrument cluster, does not even go to the engine computer. Okay, so that's on that screen. Remember, that's a dark blue wire. So then I pull up the whole tank image, which is down here, right? And our dark blue wire, fuel level, where does it go? Instrument cluster, right? That's the diagram that I just looked up. That's this one. There's your dark blue wire. Where does it go? Right to the instrument cluster. And then sensor ground, that's a shared ground with all the other sensors. That's not a factor at all. Yeah, it's using engine computer sensors, but it's sharing that ground. And then we have an external ground for the pump. This would be your main feed for the pump. That's what runs the pump. The only other wire, there is a low fuel indicator, probably some kind of a switch. Low fuel light, where does that go? Dark blue and white wire. So I pull that diagram up. Dark blue and white comes in this way. And where that goes, low fuel sense does go to the PCM. So we do have the ability for the engine computer to read low fuel level. There's a sensing circuit for that. But as far as the fuel level goes, remember, that's our code, fuel level. As far as the fuel level goes to the instrument cluster. The instrument cluster and the engine computer do not talk to each other on this older model. They're completely separate. There are no comm lines on this instrument cluster. So again, 463 for this 96 Jeep. It is for the Auro, it's a false code. So people want to know how I like the tool.
That's your first impression.
Well, I mean, I like it for its bidirectional capabilities and all the modules I can talk to. But that's something that you got to be aware of when you're using some of these Chinese model tools. That they're giving you a ton of ability, but there's some shortcomings, is that the right word, with using the tool. You need to be aware of those kind of things. So that's why we're putting this in here. I have also heard from people who are using this tool, they love the tool for bidirectional controls, which is what I'm finding the same. But as far as data processing and looking at scan data and comparing information, I'm going with the Snap-on. So that's my first tool review so far with the Auro. Is what it is. So I'm really not prepared beyond what you just saw to really comment further on this tool yet. You guys will see it a lot more, and you're probably going to see it at times where I can't interrogate a certain module on a car, and you're going to see me grab this tool to do it. So That's my first impression. I'm actually impressed with what it could do, to be honest with you, on a 1996 Jeep to give us the bi-directional controls and the ability to do what we did on the Jeep.
That was cool. You controlling everything with the tool.
Yeah, absolutely. So thumbs up as far as that goes.
Yeah. So what are we doing again?
Well, come over here so they can see you.
I don't want to be on camera.
Come on, we'll pan over to Caleb.
I don't like to be on camera.
There he is, Caleb. So, a little friendly banter with my son, who... Oh yeah, this ratchet. Check out this ratchet. It's pretty awesome. It is a snap-on. While we were showing some other tools, I have... this is really one of my favorite. Oh, it's going to be backwards again, Caleb. This is
don't even bother.
Phil's electrical probe. This is a longer version of the one I'm using. I actually have a shorter one too. Let me see the shorter one. Yeah. Right. Time for some pokey. Check out the needles on this. Let's see if we get a zoom on that. Love this tool. One more piece. Can't forget. Thanks, Bryn Klein, for making me buy this after watching your parasitic drain video. I have a inductive low amp probe that is a lot more accurate than the one that I'm using. And yeah, thanks AES Wave. That's where I'm getting this stuff from.
You were telling me about that amp probe.
Yeah, I mean the biggest thing with this one, Caleb, is it's an inductive low amp probe that has a bigger jaw. So if I'm doing parasitic drain testing, I can put it around the big fat cables that are on the battery itself.
Yeah.
Sorry, side stuff there. Let's go to the wiring diagram.